AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not. Yeah. Fabian Perspective. Expecte so accepte. Deja un like, comentario y subscribe. Dame dato.
Listen, man.
Left is my guy.
AllBall. We are in the building. Y'all know what we talking. Sports, preferably NBA. Share, like, subscribe, comment. Y'all already know. Hit all them buttons, man. Let's get it.
Hit all them buttons. You know where we from. We from New York. We talk, that big talk.
Best city in the world.
It has to be. That's the crazy part. We're so addicted to this place and it's getting so expensive. But it surprised me when like other big talkers from other places, they seem so scared. AllBall? Your man, Gilberto is at it again. Why does he keep talking this out of the side of his mouth? Have you heard what he said?
Are you talking about Gilbert Arenas? I'm guessing Gilberto is Gilbert Arenas.
Yes.
Nah, but what he said now? Because, you know, I like Gilbert. He always got something to say. So what he said now?
This is what he's talking about, man.
Potentially looking at free agency.
No one wanted it.
Is it Dolan? I know it's Dolan.
I'm gonna just be honest with you.
Yeah, that was silences.
Yeah,
silences tell all sometimes.
Powerful guy.
It's the fans. You guys are fucking brutal. To
Knowledgeable, at least knowledgeable though.
That's the problem. You guys.
So you'd rather play for dumb fans?
Yeah, just because see New Yorkers, we won't just blindly follow anything.
But what about
That's the problem.
The stage, man. The cell.
As the opponent, we love the Garden, right? Because you guys just want great basketball. So we're gonna come in there. I hit 3 or 4 shots. You guys are gonna turn against whoever's guarding me, which is a Knicks player. And from there, it's like, good luck, buddy. This is my crowd. So what happens is the opponent's star loves the Garden because you're going to turn, right? As a home crowd, right? Such a powerful stadium. If we start off slow, you're going to boo the hell out of us. We're not going to come back from that. If we start missing shots, turning the ball over, the crowd boos, which – just imagine your girlfriend, you're trying to perform right now, and your girlfriend just starts booing you, right? It just takes away anything.
My wife does boo me when I'm on every video. I'm like, I had a good video. How bad was it when you were
That's our boy.
Gilberto. Gilbert. Listen, man. I never understood when players say that for being a reason to not, you know, join the Knicks or even, you know, give us a look. I don't want to say, you know, those type of players like what Gilbert just expressed, and you know, we'll put himself in it because he spoke about it. I don't want to say they soft. You know, I don't want to be disrespectful, but it's like, why would you not want to play in front of the realest fan base of all time? So, you know, I say this. Ask John Starks. Ask Patrick Ewing. Ask Charles Oakley. Ask Allen Houston. Ask those guys how it was. Ask Carmelo how was it playing in front of the greatest fans of all time. Ask Jalen Brunson. So for me, that's just a cop-out. You guys don't want no pressure because y'all know in New York, you got to win. See, they want to go to those cities and play for a fan base where there's no pressure. They don't even care about winning championships. You can pick whatever city you think I'm talking about. It's no shot at one particular city. But, you know, here, we want to be competitive. We want to win. So, of course, if you come here, you got to earn it. Remember, you get $100 million, you got to earn it. So, of course, we're going to be tough on you. The newspapers, the back page, the front page, no Diddy. So, for me, you know, it hurts, man, when players use that as an excuse to not join our New York Knicks. Once again, look at the love Brunson is getting. DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Hartenstein, OG. Like, so once again, my mindset now is, Gilbert, let me ask you this. Did you not want to come to our Knicks because you know you would have had to give 100%? in practice and in the game? Do you guys not want pressure? So for me, I hate that narrative. I think it's an excuse, and it shows today. You know, these fan bases don't put their players under pressure. Prime example: if I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, you know what I'm telling Luka? Get it done. Get it done. Get it done. They don't want a fan base saying, "Hey man, you don't play no defense." Get it done. So, you know, these guys want to have it their way. And that's just what it is. I've never seen I don't want to say a group of players, but just, you know, whatever year y'all want to say this is, as far as like damn, I don't know what word, I forgot the word I'm looking for. But you guys, man, the excuses y'all come up with, just imagine what the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, imagine what they was hearing from the fans. You guys complain, you guys cry, but once again, it just goes to show you, you don't want to work hard. You don't want to work hard, and you don't want to play for a real fan base because you don't want that pressure of winning the championship, and you know what comes with that. They don't want to focus. You want to party. You want to hang. You want to. So for me, you know, I'm very disappointed in that narrative, and it needs to stop. I'm sick of players saying I don't want to go to New York because of the fans or because, you know, the newspapers and this. No, I'm tired of hearing that. Do you want to win? Do you want to be legendary? Do you want to be great? Do you want to work hard? Do you want to be considered one of the GOATs? That should be no matter where you go. So that's why I commend any player that comes to the Knicks. Any player. From Carmelo to Brunson to any player that wasn't drafted that came here and didn't complain and played the game right. So Gilbert Arenas, it just goes to show me you guys is lazy and you guys is soft, because that mentality is a soft mentality. That's not a winning mentality. There we go. It's not a winning mentality. Oh, this generation of ball players is listen, I don't want to call y'all soft because I'm not a tough guy. But Lord have mercy, I've never seen a generation of just people complain about any and everything. So yeah, listen, man, get out of here with that. We the greatest fan base in all of sports. All of sports. And if they will let us riot and throw cocktails on the court, we'll do it too. Yeah, that's the only difference between us and them soccer in them countries. I'd be in the stand with a flamethrower if they let me. What are you talking about? So, yeah, man, listen, we love our fans. We love our fans. We love our city. We love our sports teams. And nobody loves the Knicks more than real New York Knicks fans. And I'm going to say this before I let you go. It's a lot of fake New York Knicks fans. You cannot be a Knicks fan if you don't never post or talk about the Knicks. I'm revoking your Knicks card. This goes to anybody. If you on social media, if you're a Knicks fan and you don't talk about them, you don't yell, argue about them, all Knicks fans are bipolar. If you ain't bipolar, you ain't a Knicks fan. So for me, Gilbert, shut your ass up, man. But I love your platform, man. I rock with you heavy. But shut your ass up, man. Once again, dead wrong. Dead wrong. That's a losing mentality.
Well, yeah, speaking of fake Knicks fans, he's the Capitan of them all right here.
Look at that face. He looked like a fake.
Grimes. He's looked good.
Hold on.
I'm looking at Grimes. He's looked good.
Who? Hold on. This is old or this is new?
At Grimes. He's looked good.
Oh, this is new because we just beat the Bucks. Did he say Grimes?
It says 122, 109 in Milwaukee.
I'm looking at Grimes. He's looked good. I'm looking at Isaiah Hartenstein as a reserve, giving you activity.
He's such a salesman.
At Mitchell Robinson being here.
So you know what's really crazy?
Lord have mercy. He said Grimes.
He said Grimes number one, right? That's everybody's paying attention to that. Hartenstein has been starting for the last 3 months, bro. Hartenstein is the dude that he said we got some guy named Hartenstein on the team. a year and a half ago. He did. These are the fake fans you're talking about. I don't know if these are the guys that get on Gilbert Arenas' nerves and he's confusing us for. But Gilbert, I noticed something with you, like trash talkers, right? This week we had one of the most potentially the most epic rap battle of this generation. Fold. It squandered. All because a guy who likes to talk that ish didn't realize he couldn't cash that check that his mouth couldn't, you know what I'm saying, his mouth wrote.
Hold on. Did J. Cole throw in the towel how Doc Rivers threw in the towel against our Knicks?
Worse.
All right, I'm going to let you go. I just want to say that real quick.
That was worse. We've seen all these apologies. We've seen all these apologies before in hip-hop history. Gilbert Arenas, let's not forget, you're the guy that couldn't handle LeBron James saying whatever to you at the free throw line. You missed the free throw and had to go supposedly 0 dark 30 for 3 days, and you went to go fight with the Marines or whatever it was to get your mind right all over again. This is you. No wonder you can't handle us. Are you kidding me? You sit on that show every day talking to who? Why do you talk then? Why are you on a podcast, bro? This is what I'm talking about. These ball players, all ball, every day, they do nothing but prove us right. I don't care if you picked up a basketball. What the hell are you talking about? You should never talk, ever. See, you run into me, you could be 7 feet tall. I'll tell it to your face. I'm a risk to stomp out. I'm gonna risk it. You, we seen what happened with Kwame Brown when he popped up, resurfaced, and gave you the business. Once again, what do they always say, all ball? It's always the big mouths, right? You punch that one in the mouth, all of a sudden the whole crew folds up. Like, oh, I thought you all were tough. You led by that guy? Be very careful. Gary Payton said that in the 90s too. Can't deal with the New York Knicks or the New York media, this, that, and the third. Guess what? Another big talker. No disrespect. Why do we keep talking? See, we talk. The New York, you know what it is? They don't understand that talk that they talk, our talk is even more convincing. And it ruins you. That's how we know, oh my, we're getting to y'all. So, to all the Knicks fans, you need to take heed to what he is saying, though. Because he is saying, I love playing over there because they turn on their own players. That's how crazy we are. We need to start going at them. You see how Luka threw out players? James Dolan throws out guys. We need to stick to going crazy on the opposing players because, look, obviously it gets to them. That's what we're made out of, is talking that talk. Gilbert Arenas should be ashamed of himself. Any player that doesn't want to play is out of their mind. Thank the Lord Jesus H. Christ for Jalen Brunson, for paving the way once again, making New York beautiful, making it a place to come to play ball. It hasn't been like that for half my life, bro. More than half my life. This is insane. Gilbert Arenas, you should be ashamed of yourself. You might be a clown. I don't want to disrespect you like that, but that's crazy to talk like that. And you on the internet every day. Jesus Christ. I can't believe that, all ball.
And I'm gonna leave it at this. You know, a lot of players I've heard through the grapevine say that. And I just ask you what type of mentality or mindset that is to say, I don't want to play there because of the fan base. So you telling me in any sport, I don't care what sport it is, if you stinking it up, you shouldn't get booed? That's what sports is. That's what makes sports fun, entertaining. No one's going to have a perfect, great game every game. But if we know you're giving it your all, you won't get booed. The fan base won't be tough on you. Once again, how many times we've seen Brunson turn the ball over, have a bad game, bad pass, miss crucial free throws? Do you see us turning on him? No. You know why? Because he embodies the Knicks. He's proven to us he's willing to lay it all on the line. So, like I said, I just think guys that say that, that's an excuse because they know when you come to New York, you got to give 100%. And who wouldn't want to get paid and don't have to work 100%? We all have regular jobs. How would you feel if you know if I work over there, I only got to work about 50, 60%, but I'm getting my full check. But if I go over there, what type of mindset is that? So for me, you know, Gilbert being a great player at, you know, the time, you know what I mean, that he had terrible mindset. And, you know, what does that say? And this is my conspiracy. And what I always say, they use these guys to shit on our Knicks to now make it to where players may not want to come here. So by saying that still, when that's not even the case no more, what kind of message is that sending to young, great players? Are you basically saying, don't go play for New York? Got to remember, man, the hate for New York is serious. It's real out here, man. Yankees been winning forever. Listen, the Giants, when we had LT, Phil Simms and them guys, and then what we did to the New England Patriots, the Knicks, we ain't winning 900 years, but we still the talk of the town. Listen, man, the hate on New York is legendary. It's legendary. So I expect it from these guys. But they got to start coming up with more excuses. Because that one, come on, man, that's over with. That's over with.
And we love your show, Gilbert Arenas. As a matter of fact, you know what's really funny? Imagine if they did their version of doing what, you know, JJ Redick and LeBron is doing. They would be more fun because they get it. They understand, like, yo, this is, I'm not gonna sit here and bore you to death, bro. Like, we got former players here. Let's break down the game. And I watch your show so much. I've heard Kenya Martin and these guys mention how the crowd, it gets in their head when they say certain things. And you were acting like, oh no, never me. And you prove again, you start contradicting yourself. So final point is this, man, before we move on to greatness, true greatness. We turn everyone into a legend, bro. When you work your ass off and you prove that you don't have to win. We root for you because we know you're giving it your all. And then on top of all that, ask Derek Jeter would he have wanted to play for another team, any other city. Eli Manning, all these guys. What? We got you paid after you start playing. It's just a different level over here. If you're great, we'll root for you, Bo, bigger than anybody else. And speaking of greatness, AllBall.
Yes, sir.
Our guy, your guy maybe, because
who?
Mr. Dimes guy, Mr. J.J. Redick.
J.J. Redick, the new superstar.
Would you call him a vampire?
No, I call that no, that's your man.
Nick Wright.
Nick Wright. Now, Nick Wright is a vampire. He's definitely a vampire.
The Count. Nick Wright is the Count.
He's definitely the Count. That's for sure. I don't know who organizing him to have that haircut. If he got a wife, listen, have him cut that off. I don't know what's going on. And he live in Harlem. There's too many barbershops. Fade you right on up, brother. Had you right.
Too many Dominicans up there. We got our own flavors, man. Got Russians downtown if you want Nick Wright. Get it together. So, well, in my opinion, JJ Redick got a little more swag than Nick Wright.
A lot more.
You got it.
No, a lot more.
A lot more swag. You heard the AllBall confirmation. And JJ, man, he's been one of the guys in the media, not as loud as a Kendrick Perkins, but true to his word, every single step of the way has drawn about Jalen Brunson's progress into superstardom, and not only superstardom, everybody else is whispering top 30 player. He says, whoa, he's top 10, 12 minimum, and he deserves some of this top 5 MVP consideration. You ain't got to hear from me. Horse's mouth.
Jalen Brunson, I think, probably doesn't make first team All-NBA this year. He's got a pretty strong case to be second team All-NBA. And if you look at Basketball Reference, all their sort of individual advanced stats, like this is a top 10 to 12 player in the NBA this season. I think there's legitimate buzz around him maybe creeping in the top 5 of the MVP voting. He's been that good this year. He was phenomenal last year. He's been even better this year. And the thing that I love that both of you sort of got to was he has, along with Tibbs and that group, Sans Randall, they have figured out a counter for every coverage. And it's been phenomenal to watch. And I want to state clearly, like if you think Jalen Brunson is a top 30 player, you are vastly underestimating him. He's closer to that 10 to 15. And you could probably argue this season a little bit higher.
Wow. I got a lot to say about that. So big shout out JJ Redick, right? Whoever said top 30, I'm being honest. Y'all say we don't know the game. That to me, that gotta be they call it clickbait. That gotta be clickbait. I'm not even whoever said top 30, whatever platform, whatever person, whatever network. I'm not even indulging in that. I'm not even indulging that. Let me get to what JJ Redick said, what we've been saying since the beginning of the year. We've been the first on this bandwagon. I don't care what nobody say. We got the notes to prove it. January, I was saying he's an MVP candidate. I don't remember nobody saying that before January. February, March, April, that's 3 months. So where I disagree with JJ Redick is he's higher than 10, 15. He's top 5 player in the NBA right now. And let me explain why. See, we got to stop giving the same guys the same props for 10 plus years. As great as LeBron, Kevin Durant is playing, those guys are not top 5 right now. Those guys are not 3rd, 4th, 5th seeds. They up and down. Their teams, yeah, they've been injured, but they was never missing 3 starters. KD might have played by himself a little bit, but just imagine more than half the season, Bill, Booker, and let's say the big man was out. I give you another example. Imagine Dame Lillard playing for the Bucks if for more than half the season, Giannis, Middleton, and Brook Lopez was out. You still think the Bucks would be second place? Brunson literally for damn near the whole season missed Julius Randle, OG, and Mitchell Robinson, and Harden and some of them guys was in and out the lineup. And let's not forget Hartenstein, he just started getting healthy. And we've been afloat 3rd, 4th, 5th seed. Brunson is damn near averaging 30. Now, who else is doing that? Now, for me, the top 5, we would have to go Luka, Joker, no order, SGA. And then to me, after that, it gets tricky. If you want to put Tatum in because of the record, cool. But why is Brunson not top 5? You're going to tell me Ant-Man is playing better ball than Brunson? Why? Because he's more exciting, more athletic? See, that's the part I don't get. If I'm not mistaken, Brunson is averaging more than Ant-Man. So give me 5 players playing better basketball than Jalen Brunson. Why would y'all say Giannis? Why? Those numbers are smoke and mirrors. I keep telling people, Giannis is not fun to watch, and he's a little overrated. I'm sorry. And I've been saying these things. We cannot continue to let our eyes deceive us. What Brunson is doing, name a 6-foot point guard in the league today that can do what he's doing on a Knicks team where people say the fan base is tough, nobody want to play here. He's missing 3 starters. He's playing with all bench players, and all those guys look crazy. Nah, man, listen. Brunson should be a top 3 MVP candidate. I'm putting him over SGA. I'm sorry. No one has to deal with what Brunson had to deal with this season. We are tied for the 3rd seed, and we are half a game out of the 2nd seed. If we win today, Orlando lose today, Milwaukee lose today, which Milwaukee may lose because they play Boston, we'll be the 2 seed. So for me, for Brunson to do all that, and I'm gonna let you go on this note. Look what Brunson, look how good he made everybody else. See, nobody talks about that. The season Brunson is having, look at the season Josh Hart, DiVincenzo, Hartenstein, Deuce, Precious. Look at the season those guys are having. This is because of Brunson. Without Brunson, none of this happens. The attention Brunson gets leaves Josh Hart and Devin Chisholm, these guys, to go crazy. So for me, that's something that no one talks about. As great as everybody else is, they're not making nobody else better. And I'm gonna take it a step further. The Brunson effect right now today is the greatest effect on the team probably since the last 10 years. His effect on the Knicks and on the NBA is bigger right now than Kevin Durant on Phoenix, than LeBron on the Lakers. Right now, Steph Curry ain't playing up the par. Bradley Beal of Phoenix did nothing. Kyrie and Luka, yes, they legendary. They the 6th seed. Listen, man, Brunson right now should be top 3 MVP candidate. He's a top 5 player in the NBA, and he's the best point guard in the NBA. The only player I will put over him as a point guard is Luka, which I don't think is a point guard. But if that's his position, with the numbers he's averaging, you can't argue that. But Brunson is arguably the best point guard in the league, top 5 player in the league, top 3 MVP candidate. So that being said, it has your team in the 3rd, 4th seed with dealing with all the injuries. That said, he should be first team all NBA. And Tibbs should be coach of the year. I keep telling you, if this happened anywhere else, all these things would happen. But because it's the Knicks, watch everybody get slighted. Watch. My word. But big shout out JJ Redick. I agree. But the 10 to 15, no, he's top 5. But you're right. People are sleeping. This young man is a great basketball player.
I think you're gonna get overlooked or accused of being a homer and clickbait. That statement you just made is beyond profound. Nobody's talking about it, and I like it this way because I like to earn everything, which is what Jalen Brunson is doing, and what JJ Redick was breaking down in that video. He really broke down a lot. He said he earned, the top 5 candidacy. And people they don't get it. They're not really watching. You could tell JJ Redick, he does watch the game.
Right.
He's not lazy about what he's watching, what he's saying. What you just said right now was amazing, bro. Only if we're in all seriousness, the only other player in the last 15 years who's had the same effect as Jalen Brunson is Steph Curry. That's it. That's it. The one thing about LeBron that stood out, shout out to JP from LA, good dude, hilarious, always has me rolling on Twitter. The one thing that he made a statement on that I never forgot, and I'm like, damn, that's a good point. Because LeBron could go to any team and make them a championship contender, but there's that other part to it where he goes, oh, I don't know where I'm going next year. And he's not saying it out loud, but it's lingering. That affects the team. They got to answer those questions. If we don't win right now, this thing explodes. That's why Kyrie left Cleveland. Not that I fully even wanted him to do that, by the way, but that is why he left. He jumped that gun early, and that was in response to LeBron saying, I'm not going to be here. I might not be here. I'm going to LA. That was the rumor, and he left. I digress. Steph Curry, that was a built-up thing from college. Again, he didn't win in college, but he underdog in college.
Well, hold on. Let me stop you. Just when I say the Brunson effect, right? I understand with Curry, but I'm saying like a player going to another team and having the effect of just boosting them. So Curry is still in Golden State, but I kind of compared it to LeBron going to LA, KD to Phoenix, even KD to Brooklyn, Kyrie to Dallas. What Brunson is doing supersedes all of them. Dame Lillard going to Milwaukee. This is the biggest effect I've ever seen.
But it also supersedes LeBron going to Miami because Brunson got the ball in his hands, pun intended. Steph Curry, we don't see him leaving Golden State. Just the leadership, just leading by example.
Right.
He's leading by example, and then you can see that Jalen Brunson has a personality. He's even more vocal than Steph Curry. I can't see Draymond doing all that. Like, we'll get to that later. What Klay Thompson, how he answered Draymond was silly. I can't see Jalen Brunson responding to him the same way Klay Thompson and these guys do. I'm not saying he's going to be aggressive with him, but I can see him being vocal, like not allowing any of that stuff. I haven't seen an effect on it on a team, any player, and we're talking about the biggest superstars in the game. Giannis going over there. Dame Lillard just went to the Bucks and had the opposite effect. Drew Holiday is in Boston, but it's not really, it's a team effort with them. Even Jimmy Butler going to Miami is not a regular season thing. It's not a regular season thing. We're waiting for him to show up in the playoffs. So that's way different than someone like Jalen Brunson working this out through and through throughout the regular season. And then he showed up last season in the playoffs. He was with the Dallas Mavericks the season before, went to the Western Conference Finals. I just got to commend someone like JJ Redick for even making that statement, holding us down the way that he has, and especially him, like Dime Dropper. They got this relationship with ESPN was like, yo, we got to deal with them because they're the big bank. He totally goes against ESPN First Take because you don't really get stuff like this from First Take. You get a fake, like we said earlier, Stephen A. Smith. You don't even know he doesn't even know that Hartenstein starts. This guy's breaking him down as a top 5 candidate, and he's like backing it up. Because even if you want to break down SGA, he wasn't missing. He didn't have to carry this load. No, did he? And even Ant-Man struggles in crunch time the same way Brunson does. Struggles to get his shot for whatever reason. I just haven't seen the one thing that's not talked about with Brunson that JJ mentioned right there, and I'm always mentioning, is it's like Brunson gets better every day. Every day. I bet you he can't wait to play the Lakers again because he doesn't like that LeBron single covered him at the end of that game and cost him that last shot. Like, I know he's thinking about these things. And that's why at this point, it's not even funny. Nothing to even hype up anymore. If you still have anybody else in this conversation, I'm gonna laugh at you. Even Luka. Like the fact that he left Luka and now he's an MVP candidate alongside with him. When did that happen last? James Harden.
But also, my argument, and I've been consistent with this. OG Randall Mitchell is out. Starting 5 is Brunson, DiVincenzo, Hartenstein, and who else?
Hartenstein, DiVincenzo, Brunson. No, OG's not there. So Hartenstein, DiVincenzo. Right. Oh, McBride.
All right, so hear me out, right? Now, you go to every other team, Dame and Giannis. Brunson ain't got that. KD got 2 guys, Booker or Bill, LeBron, AD, Luka, Kyrie, Tatum, Brown, and then Porzingis, Drew Holiday. Even though Cat's been hurt, Ant-Man still got a DPOY on his team. The best defender in the NBA. SGA got that young core with Chet and them guys. So for me, Miami, you still got Bam and Jimmy Butler. Jalen Brunson's best player is either Josh Hart or DiVincenzo. And I'm not saying that to knock them dudes. I'm just saying, look what he don't have an all-star superstar next to him. And look what he's doing. Once again, the last time we seen this was with Allen Iverson. I'm sorry. People don't want to hear that. We are so stuck on what we're stuck on. I'm an old man. I know I look young. I'm 46. But certain things you got to let go. I'm not putting Kevin Durant and LeBron in my top 10 no more. How? So that's the problem they're having with Brunson. Not only that he's a Knick, we don't want to let go Trae Young, and Halliburton, and Dame Lillard, and Kyrie, and we don't want to let that go. Steph Curry, all still great players. But right now, at this time, Jalen Brunson is playing better basketball than all of them. Jalen Brunson is having a better effect on the NBA and his team than Kevin Durant. Let me say that again. Jalen Brunson right now is doing something that Kevin Durant can't do with Bradley Beal and Devin Booker.
Or Kyrie Irving and James Harden.
Y'all let that sink in. That's what Brunson is doing. Oh, and by the way, when these guys' contracts is up, DiVincenzo, Deuce, Josh Hart, Hartenstein, oh, they gonna get some money. They gonna get some money. And I guarantee you, when they get interviewed, you know who they gonna think? Jalen Brunson. I'll leave it at that. Mic drop. Knicks for life, baby.
You already know. Deja un like, comentario y suscribe. Dame dato. AllBall TV. They scared, but I'm not.